Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Outrun the Neon Sun. My name is Dan, and I'm still in the process of building this arcade Street Fighter 2 World Warriors Edition. And this is something that Ralphie Duran hooked me up with. I showed you guys what Fernando, he blessed me with this because he needed this space, but Ralphie and he were friends. So it was a great connection, and Fernando wanted this out of his house, and he's like, hey, do you have room for it? Do you want to work on it? And I've just been having a good time kind of tinkering. Really, I've just only done aesthetics. I haven't really done too much of the electrical work. Well, today I'm going to work on the CPO, which is all electrical primarily, but it's pretty easy. It's pretty low end and low-hanging fruit, so to speak. But please join me on this. It should be a little bit of fun, and I'm excited. Hopefully you enjoyed my last 2 videos of this, and if you didn't, then you probably aren't watching this anyways. So we're gonna go forward with this and I don't know, stumble through it, I guess. But it should be. I'm just gonna label everything, clean everything up, and put the overlay on. Excuse me. I'll put the CPO on, and the artwork and everything should look gorgeous. So with that, let's get into it. All right. So you can see this is the CPO. I kind of took it off because I almost broke it last time taking it down, which was a snafu. But I need to go in and take this actual thing off, the actual metal part. So I'm going to go in and unscrew some of these right here. I just got to undo that and then kind of push it through because it hasn't probably done this for decades, if not years. It's pretty dark in there. I apologize, the lighting. But if I can get somewhere, you guys, I still can't see the nuts. But anyways, I got to take the nuts off. And once I do that, I'll be able to take the entire CPO off. So let me show you guys what I just did. I just detached it. So now you can see it's no longer connected here in these 4 holes that it's connected it. However, it's still connected to the JAMA harness in there. I don't really want to unplug that. It's probably pretty sensitive. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take each one of these and label them. I'm going to label the buttons. And after I label the buttons, then I'm going to take them out. And I'm going to clean this pretty strongly. I'm going to clean it, and we should be good. So I'm just kind of labeling these, and I'm taking them off. And you can see I already have some holes in here. You can see I've taken these off. I'm just going to be slowly working my way and labeling these. The only tricky part is actually to unhook this from the actual joystick. So that'll be a little bit of tricky work, but you're just going to have to press a couple things down in here when you're releasing it. So this is Noob Master coming at you to try to do this arcade, but I think it's gonna be okay. I do see some work on some of these wires where they're cut and kind of not resoldered, but they're just kind of taped over, and don't really like that because there are some issues. There are some issues with gameplay when we were playing this. When you would press Chun-Li's kick to go really quickly, or E Honda's punch, or even if I wanted to kind of use Ken or Ryu's short kick really quickly. It wouldn't really effectively go through, kind of stalled in the air. So there's obviously some issues that I'll have to clean up, but right now this is a good start. So in order to take these joysticks off, now I've taken all the buttons off except this one. I might actually have to break it. This one is not coming undoing. Looks like there's glue on this, believe it or not, which I thought was odd. But as I'm taking this, I want to take this off, right? So it's not going to slide out because there's a pin holding this in place. So if I can just press this down, grab this pin, get this out of here. This. Two-handed. Press it down. Take this pin out, or this slip. Oh, that's tough. Almost got it. It's almost loose. There we go. All right, that's the thing that holds it right there. If you can see it on the color. And I just slide that in. So now, with any luck, I can just pull this out, pull this thing off. Should be. All right. Whoops. So that's what this now looks like. It's pretty dirty. I'll clean that up. So now I can take this off. Right? All right, so we're going to be very careful with this. So I can push it down. Connected. All right, so Be very gentle with this one. Actually, I'm gonna leave it here for now, because I gotta do the same thing with this one over here. So I just wanted to show you that process to unhook it, then I'll show you how I hook it back in. Alright guys, so we've got all of these things off. I'm gonna move some of this, and we're just gonna kind of clean it up a little bit. So really important pieces all over this, as my caps are falling. Excuse me. This was a little bit of a process, I think, because it was so old. Normally it would be a real simple fix. Boom, 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 you could just take these out, but it was really old. This is actually all the bolts, which I don't even know why these bolts were in here. They don't attach to them. And you guys can see that there's still a lot to be done to clean this up. So I'm going to use this to scrape some of this stuff off because it's metal. I'm not too worried about. So this is the CPO. This is the bottom of it. There's a lot of wear and tear, probably a lot of sweat and tears going to this. So, just so you guys know, with the actual CPO, I mean, I haven't gotten everything off of it, but it had some, I guess this was World Warriors, but it has some residual underneath because it's so old, right? So there's a lot of like this shiny material. I want to get that off, and I want to clean this. This is straight up really dirty and old. This has been used and abused. Alright, so what I'm finding with this CPO is that everything's kind of rough on here. Like, it's not a smooth surface. I don't think it would hold very well. So what I think I might be doing is I might try and sand this with a really fine sander, really fine grit. So if that is not the thing to do, I already took the paint off of here. I'd like it smooth. So it's all black underneath here, and it's very bumpy. Like, it's just very bumpy. You can't really see it on the camera, but I don't really like that. I want it to be kind of smooth so that when I put the CPO artwork on here, it'll stick. So after much thought, I decided I'm gonna sand this bad boy. A little call out to Sheline, Jade. We're kind of talking about this CPO or this control panel, and yeah, I think I'm gonna sand it. It's a little rough. I want to get it smooth. I was looking at a few other channels, and I think this would be wise. So I'm gonna sand it. It's gonna be kind of shiny, and then I don't know if I'm gonna spray paint it or not, but because it would be wiser actually just to put this thing directly on it. So this is my thought process. I don't know if it's correct, and I'll make the holes and I'll put all that stuff. Woo-wee! I'll put all that stuff back in. So look at that. Ooh, look at that, how pretty that is. And then I'll put the sides paneling on, and then I'm gonna put the pinstripes on. And that'll look dope. So I'm going to attempt to put this onto here right now, and I kind of figured out something that I'm not too stoked on, and I'll show you. It's this will be going on here like this, right? And it fits good on the sides, fits like with no overhang, which I'm surprised that there's no overhang whatsoever, basically. But then it comes to this odd shape, and it doesn't even come all the way down here. You'll see there's a little bit of space here, which I don't really like. I would think that it would come. So I got some work to do to try to figure this out and put this on, and then go from there. Yeah, police are coming because I need help. We'll see. Alright, so what I've decided to do with this is I'm actually going to put it on the bottom side first. And I knew there was about ½ an inch short. So I'm going to put a little ½ an inch so there's at least a little bit on the other side. And I'm going to start it like this. Probably going to put some clamps right here to clamp it in. make sure it's going down straight so I can start it off well. And hopefully I cut it straight, which I'm pretty sure I did. And once I clamp it here, then I'll start peeling it, unclamp it, and be good to go. So yeah, wish me luck. We'll see. All right, guys. So I've started to put the actual CPO artwork, or the control panel artwork on. And what I've done is I actually tried to get it as close to this as possible. Without tools. And like I said, I'm not the professional. I'm kind of a noob. And so you got to be very specific, because this is the most fragile part, right? The most important part, I should say. So once you get one part on, then you can begin to take the rest off. And I'm going to undo this tape. I wanted to make sure it was as centered as possible. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. I don't see how you can without machines or tools that I just simply don't have. I'm sure there's a smarter way of doing this, clamping, but it's the best I can do. So yeah, I'm gonna take these off. I wanted to use painter's tape because it's very easy on material. Let's take it off again. I like this because this is like finishing the work that I've already started or been a part of for this project. And this will actually be, once I put this on, all I'll have left is the side paneling and then the pinstripes. So hopefully that'll be the last video as far as aesthetics for this. So I'm taking this off. I'm going to show you what I do, and I got this from another channel. So take this vinegar because I was cleaning it. So you can see I already have it on, and I've taken it off a little bit. So now all you do is you undo it. You want to undo it. That's for my boys in Georgia, Texas. Now we're in business. It's business time. I can kind of do this. I actually want to just do it to here. I actually might want to do it just to here. Because I got to do something funky with here. I got to figure this part out. Because it's not going to cooperate with me. So, there. Stay on target. Stay on target. That was for you, Mikey. Mike, the bad guy, Whirly. I got some amazing friends, you guys, on here, and I know so many people are supporting this channel. To list them all would be a little impossible. That's how blessed I am by these guys. It's this little waterfall area that I'm really concerned about. There, I don't want any bubbles right there. I want it to be. Phil's a buddy of mine. Phil, PD7 is just incredible. It's muy increíble. Why is that bubbling? Jesse Tester. There's a lot of people. I won't go through. Okie dokie. I want to show you what I'm doing here. I am just kind of feeling for the holes. I could go on the other side, but I want to have it actually, I don't like the pressure if it comes out to be able to take this off. So I'm gonna obviously, that just comes out. Yeah, so this is kind of like the love time where you just kind of take your time and kind of go to the edge. Just kind of dull your X-Acto knife as much as possible. So that's what's happening. I'm going to dull my X-Acto knife. Don't like that, but you know what? For these, it's not as big of a deal because there's actually the collar of the buttons I just realized. so one thing that I will say is that before I finish and go to the other one, oh, I'm too tall for this little baby table. I'm going to use this to punch some holes through where there are actually 5 screws in here. That'll keep this in and all nice and rusty, which I think is pretty cool. If you see right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 for each controller. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for something. But actually, I might not put anything in there, because there's no reason for me to have random screws into here. So I'm actually just going to have the 4. So I'm just going to poke it out. Alright, so here's the dilemma that I'm having right now. I'm trying to decide, see there's this little mark right in there. So it's folded. See, it's at it's like a 45-degree angle almost for that. And it has it on the same, on this side of the control panel. So I'm thinking what I might do, even though this is all black, I might just cut this part off and just leave this completely silver. And then later come back to it and maybe paint it black. Because the sticker is going to look janky if I try to fold it over. See, if I just kind of fold it over like that, it's going to just come up to there and it's going to look a little bad. So I'm going to cut off the sticker, try to be as whole as I can, and then go from there. I don't know about that. Alright, so I got some light in here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay these in here for now, and then I'm going to drill this back in. There's a little, what you don't see here, probably, I don't know if I can show you, but there's obviously it's a square at the top. So it's got to fit in well with the iron here, the metal work. Put it in, I gotta make sure. I think that's it. There we go. All right, so let's put. All right, so the complicated part is actually putting in. It's not complicated. It's actually fairly easy, but it's actually putting in the joysticks. So that's what I have to do now, and then I can put everything else in. So the joysticks have these right here, and everything needs to kind of be positioned properly. So they both seem pretty good. Alright, now I've already screwed all these in since the last one. I'm not going to make them too tight. So the next thing that I want to do is I got to hook all the buttons up. Now, you know you guys have seen this a bunch. But as you gently, because I've already labeled all of them, this is first player start. Okay, now we're on our way. But once I hook all this stuff up, then I want to show you the finished project and we'll be done with this. So, okay, I'm going to hook up the second player button. I want a little, it's right here actually, second start. I labeled that. And if you can hear my kids yelling in the back, it's because they're probably fighting. Like I said, I'm still in my garage. But I want to make sure that I'm careful and not cutting anything. Yes, this is the first one. It's all connected. Now the first player start. I have second player start now connected. I'm going to connect them all because I labeled them all. Little handy dandy labeling system here I got with some tape. And we'll be good to go. Alright, so after some work, I got everything kind of hooked up. I just want to show you, I haven't looked at it yet, so this is the first time. That's going to be a lot better looking. Let's make sure it's not what's going on here with the wiring. Well, wouldn't that be awesome if it didn't work? So, it's going to be like that. I'll seal it up and then you guys can see it. It's already looking dope. Sweet. Alright, after some time, I finished that, the aesthetics on the front that I wanted to do. So this, I'm not sure if you guys like it, but I still got the silver right there. It's got the Street Fighter underneath there too. That's how it originally came. And I'm pretty stoked on that actually. This looks absolutely gorgeous. It's really nice and smooth. I could get a deck protector. That's probably what these would actually screw into, because there's plenty of thread left. But actually, it's probably what these other big ones would screw into. But it's a great fun project. It's a lot of work so far, but I'm actually really excited now to finish the sides. I'll get the side artwork on there, and then I'll get the pinstripes, and then I'll have to just finish with that, and then I'll go inside and try to fix it. Well, if you guys can't tell, I'm having a really good time. This has been kind of a dream. I was a little uncertain on how this was going to turn out. I think it ends up being okay, but you guys can tell me what you think. It's all clean and new. Like I said, I would like a new one of these for the plexiglass. I'd love plexiglass here. But I think it looks really clean. I think it'll look actually really dope if this is new. So I'll have to do that. I wouldn't mind getting an actual deck protector. I don't know if they make these. The person who's been helping out the most with this is Sheline. She's been such a huge blessing to me. I'm trying to figure out some of these things. So thanks, Sheline. Shout out to you for kind of helping me. I just don't want there to be any nicks or scratches on this thing because it feels like it's fairly naked. So, but it's been great. It's been fun. I think it looks good. All new artwork, and I'm excited to do the sides. So anyways, I'm going to do that in a few days. Probably work on it, film it tomorrow, but it won't come out for a couple weeks. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for joining me. This is just a little bit of a boring, simple thing, but I'm trying to work on this. Hopefully I showed you guys a little bit about what the components are inside, and you guys are like, I could do that, because I feel like this is a piece of history. Right? That's really why I'm doing this. Not because so I can have this arcade in my home. That's pretty cool too. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to play this when I can fix the CRT. But it's a piece of history that I'm kind of bringing back to life. So anyways, if you want to be a part of that journey, please continue to like and subscribe these videos. Subscribe to them. Leave a comment. That helps a lot too. Get notifications when I post new videos. But the biggest thing is this is just a fun journey. And I know a lot of people are doing this. So go subscribe to their channels as well. And yeah, thanks guys. Keep outrunning on the inside. We'll see you guys soon. God bless.